in the Pilliga State Forest.
In the Pilliga Forest.
From Pilliga.
In the Pilliga State Forest.
In the Pilliga, it's an issue which cost the government seats.
Against coal seam gas exploration.
Against coal seam gas.
Coal seam gas operation at Pilliga.
Coal seam gas companies.
Coal seam gas in northwest New South Wales.
The Pilliga scrub is one of the largest native forests in New South Wales. It's home to hundreds of threatened plant and animal species.
If mining company Santos has its way, hundreds of wells will extract gas from the Pilliga State Forest near Narrabri in the state's northwest.
Look, all eyes at the moment are on a place called Narrabri.
Protesters at the Leewood water treatment plant in the Pilliga are continuing their blockade.
Because of the company's poor track record in protecting the forest.
Their track record is frightening. A spill of 10,000 litres of toxic wastewater has caused destruction in the state forest near Narrabri.
To be leaking uranium. 20 times the permitted level has been detected in a pond in the Pilliga Forest.
There had been a leak of 10,000 litres of untreated CSG water from one of the wells last June.
Dangerous levels of toxic heavy metals have been found in water and soil near a coal seam gas well in the state's west.
A contamination that's leaking uranium and arsenic into our aquifers, and we find it out on Facebook.
And it's not the first recorded breach.
This is the 20th toxic spill that's occurred at the Narrabri project since Santos took it over.
It says there was at least one other significant spill and unacceptable environmental practices which found high levels of arsenic, cadmium and chromium.
The samples were tested by an independently accredited lab, ALS Group, and show high levels of a number of heavy metals. The anti-coal seam gas movement says the contaminated water could enter the Great Artesian Basin or aquifers in the Murray-Darling Basin.
Any coal seam gas extraction will inevitably threaten the Murray-Darling Basin.
The fact they had to do the testing themselves is evidence the industry is poorly regulated.
Santos has admitted to the spill, which happened last June, but was only reported a week ago.
It's taken months for Santos to disclose a leak at its Narrabri gas project. The incident wasn't reported to government authorities for 6 months, breaching licence conditions.
Clearly this industry can't operate safely, and it's time for a moratorium for coal seam gas in New South Wales.
Where Santos is the last man standing, they're the last company in New South Wales who believe that coal seam gas is not a failing idea, is not a dying industry.
It's black as the ace of spades. So is that water there. There's been a major kill here.
Thousands of trees here killed by coal seam gas and its impact on the environment.
Oh, that's a beauty. There's a definite smell of hydrogen sulfide coming off this vent.
You should smell this stuff, horrible.
We're in a total fire ban. The wind's been going all day, the forest is on fire, and Santos had the huge flare.
Farmers may be in the grip of drought in the state's northwest, but it's not stopping them protesting against coal seam gas exploration.
Tonight, torrential rain fails to take the heat out of the latest CSG protests in the Pilliga. Coal seam gas protesters have chained themselves to Santos's base of operations in Narrabri.
This week, another 100 people joined a protest in the Pilliga Forest.
Tonight, more than 100 people blockade Santos's coal seam gas operation at Pilliga.
Santos is already calling on the police to provide an escort for its heavy machinery convoys and to guard the gates of the exploration site's major drilling rig.
Protesters at the Santos Leewood facility are all about the water.
Most times we're totally dependent on the water. We use it in our house, we use it for our cattle, spraying, whatever. We couldn't live there without it.
We feel threatened and our life and livelihoods are being threatened.
The farmers of Western New South Wales are saying no.
In the meantime, landholders will continue to voice fears about their property's future.
It's pure, clean, abundant, and I'd like to be able to keep it that way. I'd like to be able to pass it on as it was passed to me.
I'm a local farmer and rely on water as part of my enterprise, and I feel like
It's the only way I can make it clear that I really feel that passionate is to take this action.
That if the government isn't going to do this for the people will do it. We will shut down these licences, we will shut down these gas